Hey guys, welcome to my weekly life update slash Minecraft video. So just to get it started with, I am doing a voiceover for this because I'm feeling a little bit tired. And actually, I think Felix was supposed to join me, but I don't know. I think he got caught up in something. So yeah, just doing a voiceover because I am too tired to think while playing it. And so this section here, they apparently made IKEA, and as I'm walking around, it doesn't really look like IKEA. So I was hoping I could get some explanation from Felix and Kai here, but yeah, they're not here. So um, yeah, just walking around here. The entrance is pretty cool. I figured out how to work with this. So you just place a redstone torch down and it goes up, and then if you look at the top, then you can just break it at the top to make it go down. And I'm assuming eventually this will just be controlled by a lever. Um, so yeah, they were working on making IKEA for some reason. Cool, I guess. Yeah, this video I'm just going to continue making the foreground for the modern castle. And again, the theme is kind of a modern vibe, just generally. Today, I will be using the color green as my theme, so kind of a natural kind of take on building. Probably going to speed it up while I'm working on it, but yeah, generally I just want to make the entrance pretty before I actually get started on the pretty daunting task of making the castle itself. I just feel like delaying it because I don't have the motivation right now to get started on it. And yeah, that's kind of where I am at for Minecraft. Yeah, but, I mean, last week was probably like my reintroduction, I guess, to Minecraft because I've been just playing Overwatch pretty much, yeah, pretty much every day. And on the weekends, I've just been prioritizing Overwatch over Minecraft because, yeah, it's much easier to get into. Like, you don't have to have like some grand idea to launch Overwatch. I've actually climbed a little bit. I think I actually hit my probably my peak in support, um, which is Plat 3. Um, yeah, and then uh, yeah, it's been pretty fun. I think the change to the system where we only have one tank, I initially didn't like it because I felt that it would mean that the game is less skillful, because you don't have to have the coordination between tanks. But in actuality, when you're actually playing the game, it's a lot more fun because you don't have to rely on the second tank, which obviously can be hit or miss when you're playing with strangers. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just gonna make a chest for this because there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm gonna work out with. Actually, this is like a new strategy of mine where I just put my building materials in the chest, just so I have like a theme going on and I'm aware of the theme while I'm working. I'm going to make a river here on the side to fit with the nature theme. And then as I'm going to continue expanding this project, I'm going to make it into a waterfall. And then that's going to link up with like the bottom side of this hill. So yeah, that's my project for Minecraft today. Um, Again, trying to spend more time on it, but lately I've just been playing Overwatch, a lot of Overwatch. Yeah, so this week was actually pretty interesting. This week was the week when lots of the my team from doing front end work. Um, so again, I do front end engineering for a startup. So this week is like the first get together, I guess, for me, with all the people working remotely. One came from Brazil, another came from Cincinnati, and another came from Canada. And so today was, or this week was, the get together, and it was a pretty light week overall in terms of workload, because the focus was on the design and I guess coinciding on the process. And so we had a lot of like pretty interesting meetings where we discuss like the future of how we're going to work on things, things that needed improvement in the work cycle, things that we thought could or we thought were annoying, for example, and also there's some contributions as to how we uh, name our design choices, I guess. And we had like a poll thing or like a brainstorming session where we each pitched our own idea for what our design system should be called, and it was cool. Like my um, naming choice actually of I think it was mint was actually chosen. So that felt pretty funny. I liked it. I didn't really think too hard about it. I just literally look at the colors and I was like, oh, that kind of looks like mint. But yeah, it's cool to have people vote on your thing. So yeah, that was kind of my week in work. And then after work, a lot of the days, pretty much every day except for Wednesday, I believe, went out for dinner after work. So I did a lot of different foods this week. So French, Thai, Chinese food, I believe. Um some sort of poke. Yeah, I think we had poke. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's just a lot of different foods. Last day was the French food, and I gotta say, I feel like oh yeah, it's my first time eating French. I'm like, I honestly don't really like the atmosphere of French restaurants. Definitely, maybe it's just like an age thing where I just feel like I don't belong there. But yeah, it's too fancy for me. I really like casual kinds of environments. So stuff like, you know, uh, Wendy's, like Red Robin, like that kind of really casual settings. I feel is much easier for me to socialize in. Um, Obviously, no complaints as to like the food, and that was all really good. But gotta say, like, yeah, I mean, I like probably the atmosphere I like the most is like izakayas um, where you kind of just get like pretty casual like socializing while drinking kind of thing. Whereas I feel like at the French restaurant that at least we went to, it was more like drinking was a priority, and then food was not really a priority. So in that way, I kind of didn't really. I thought the French restaurant was like not as fun as the other experiences. But anyway, it was really good food regardless. On the French restaurant, we had duck, and it was my first time eating duck, and gotta say that tastes really good. It's like I want to say it's like it was kind of like salami plus um, chicken, and that combination was kind of interesting, but it tasted really good. Um, Went rock climbing. I I know my team went like 3 times in total. I only went for the first one because after that my arms were sore, and it was also rainy because I had to commute, right, so I don't want to go back in the rain, so I didn't join them for the next 2 times. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot. So the person who came from Cincinnati, he actually does it pretty often, but the others like me, it was close to our first time doing climbing, and everyone enjoyed it. um, I definitely enjoyed it a lot. I only did it casually one time with other university friends, so it's my second time kind of getting reintroduced to climbing. I think the first time I ever actually went was I was only able to do like level two, which is red, I believe. Um, so this time I was able to do level three, and I felt pretty happy. Um, Always whenever you do these things, it's just like the the hardest part is literally just going up to the wall and attempting it. Especially nowadays, there's so many people at the climbing gym, so it's like I want to go, but I don't want to stand out, I guess. But then you quickly realize that nobody really cares about you, right? In a good way. So it's like I should not be scared of. going up there and failing. And I have this epiphany pretty often when it's just like, why do I care how other people think of me? Um, and so once you kind of have that vision, then you realize that it's like, oh, okay, let's just have some fun. And yeah, so I had a lot of fun there. Now it's yeah, that was a pretty, like, it wasn't like a hard week mentally, but all this socializing, it was fun, but it's also not my like comfort zone, I guess. Like I'm not like the best at socializing, so it's always like more mentally draining when it's in an environment where I'm like kind of hard to say, but like when I'm expected to be more social, and I naturally am, I guess. But it's always good practice um, to try to think of conversation topics and like yeah, socialize basically. Um, so yeah, it was really cool meeting everyone. I already met them online, but obviously in person it's much different and much easier, at least for me, to um, kind of talk, um, think of things to talk about. Yeah. So yeah, that was the week. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.